I hope we are having a good Monday night. Jumping in, make sure to say hello, hello, hello. Don't be shy. Do a little bit of drawing here. I'm just working on a commission piece, sketch card. Hope everyone's having a good Monday night. How's everybody doing tonight on this Monday? I know seems like we got a lot of heavy hitters on stream tonight. So for those who are stopping in, thank you so much. I'm doing a sketch card commission that's going to be going out tomorrow. This is actually something that it's a shredder morphed with a Green Ranger that I was asked to do, and so I'm just kind of finishing it up tonight. So I thought I'd work on the inks on stream, and then I'll color it and get it out, ship it out tomorrow. So it was a pretty cool piece. Like I said, if you're stopping in, thank you so much for just stopping in for even if it's just for a few minutes. Definitely be able to, definitely check out what we got. I got after I finish up this piece, sketch card commissions are pretty much open. I don't have anything to work on. I have a couple blanks that I'm working on commission wise, but I want to open up sketch cards if anyone is interested in having cards done to get working on those. I banged out a bunch this week, for last week for this, so I don't have anything going on at the moment. So, like I said, I hope everyone's having a good night. Thank you once again for stopping in. Like I said, I'm working on a inked sketch card of a shredder morphed with a Green Ranger, which I thought this is a really fun one to take up. I never had to go online and look up what was going on with this, but I like the look of it, so I was having fun with it, putting this one together. Mhm. I was able to work on some sketch blanks too. Like I said, I did a bunch of cards. Let me see if I have any pictures of the cards I worked on specifically. I don't think I took. I gotta wait for the photos to sync up because they're on my other phone. But yeah, like I said, I worked on some stuff this week. I finished up my allotment of commissions that I had. I had, like I said, cards to do, and then I transitioned over when I had some free time. Oh, thanks so much. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Like I said, I got other cards that I'm working on in my book. Um, I got other stuff. So these are cards that I sketched um earlier, like yesterday. So I got the Spider-Man. I got that Spider-Man. I got some pretty cool Venom. Omni-Man here. Um, and I did this one at work today in honor of the Doomsday trailer, Doctor Doom. So these are all going to get inked. These are no one. These are not claimed. These are just sitting there doodling. So my plan was to color these. Yeah, I have two Spider-Mans. I got this one here. Sorry for the ring light. That one. And this one, the intention is to ink them and color them, highlight them, like calling them kind of like a premium, if you will, because I'm going to do like colored pencil, mixed media on them, like all of these. But yeah, I have a couple of versions of the Spider-Mans that I have in mind. And then, yeah, so I have those I was working on. And then I switched it up and wanted to work on some blanks. I have quite a bit of blank sketch covers that came in, and so I'm working on them. So I did this one. I penciled this one for the Spectacular Spider-Man. This is rough. This is just getting the pose down, but this is like going to be Spider-Man swinging through the city. So I have to do like a whole background and everything. So this is just a pencil rough that I did yesterday. This one's a little further done. This one is Spider-Man 94. And so this one's fully penciled. You see the background there. This one is going to be claimed. I was speaking earlier today. I was speaking earlier with what's his oh sorry. Oh my I think my speaker died. I was speaking earlier today with I can't I lost his name. His name blanked on me. I apologize. What's the channel? He does the cutting of covers. I got in touch with him. Him and I were texting each other back and forth. I can't think of his. I know his name. We were going back and forth, and
custom cut comics. So he's interested in possibly picking up this one, and then I did this Venom cover too. This is one that I showed on stream last week that I penciled. So he might be picking up both of these covers to do cutting with them and stuff, like to buy for his own collection, so to speak, and then offer them in his shop. So I think that's a pretty cool collaboration that I've been trying to get a hold of. I've been wanting to do. I think his work is really, really, really awesome, and I'm honored to potentially have my stuff uh, in his shop to offer for someone out there. So that's really cool. So I'm excited about that. And then I got in a bunch of blanks. Um, so there's those. I got in a bunch of blanks, a bunch of Invincibles, Wolverine, Absolute Batman, but that's going to be a premium piece. X-Men. I got a whole bunch of stuff in here. So what I wanted to do is, if there's any interest, I have, like I said, after I finish up these couple cards, I have a bunch of slots available to do sketch card commissions, like a whole bunch to keep me busy for the week. And so I would love to open up slots if anyone's interested in getting on board with cards. X-Men is interesting. Yeah, I have a couple X-Men's. I have this one, X-Men 97. I got, Wolverine. I got I got another X-Men. I think I have two of these, the 97s. Um yeah, I have two of these, and I have a couple of Wolverines. I have a Wolverine in red, and I have a Wolverine standard. Secret Wars. Yeah, so yeah, I have two of these. Um, so yeah, the way that it would work is for the so if you want to do the blanks, I could run the auction on them. Check my notes in the show notes. Um, so basically, I've seen people doing this, which I think kind of makes more sense because it allows more custom ability for what you want to do. So I would start the auctions at $5 for a sketchbook. And then if you win that auction, I have buy it now options in the bin. So if you want, for example, if you win the auction at whatever amount of money, it starts at $5. If you win the auction and that's it, you win it, then it would be a fully penciled cover like this, like the Spider-Man. Like it's fully penciled. It's gonna be cleaned up. This is rough pencil, but it'd be fully penciled. But like that's what you would win initially. But then if you want it upgraded with a full black and white with inks, so it'd be full black and white plus gray toned. That's a buy it now option for $40. And then if you want one that's fully colored, it's an additional 40. So you'd be in it for, it's whatever you win plus 40 for inks and color, and then 40 extra if you want full color on it as well. So it will be a 100% fully colored piece as a sketchbook. So, like I said, it gives you the opportunity to really customize how you want it to be. And so I feel like that's a little bit better of an option and gives more it gives more control over the project, flexibility, and then it allows for, you don't have any Star Wars or Sandman blanks hiding. I actually, funny enough, I bought Star Wars. I do have one Star Wars coming. The thing is that, so I see your name Sandman. What I can do, and I did this for somebody. There's somebody that wants me to do a Venom, a zombie character, and there was a specific book that they wanted. And I bought it for them. I have it coming this week on eBay. So, for example, I have absolutely no problem buying anything that you want. I've seen Sandman books and I've seen Star Wars books. So in the event, let's say you do an auction and there's something that you want, all I would ask is that if you run the auction, you can instead of bidding on it, what I would say to do is send me a tip for, let's say, $10, and so that way I'll buy the book, and then when the book comes in, I will then do a buy it now where you can then make the purchase in my shop. That's what I'm doing with this other gentleman. So I bought the book for him. It's coming this Friday. and he basically sent me a tip for $10 as just kind of like a down payment, if you will, if that makes sense. And then what's going to happen is when I get the book on Friday, I'm just going to do a straight buy it now listing on my channel for what he agreed that he wanted, and he's just going to buy it, and then I'm going to draw it over the weekend and ship it out on Monday. So I think that's a very fair way of doing it. So I'm not asking for any really major money up front. Like I said, I'm buying the book. But if that's something that you're interested in, Sandman, you could always just shoot me a DM, and that's probably better just doing it on the side. Yeah, just send me a message, honestly. So like if you want a Star Wars book or you want a Sandman book, I've seen them on eBay. Like I said, I absolutely have no problem buying it for you. All I'd ask is that, shoot a tip for like $10. It just basically, not say it covers the cost of the book, but it shows faith that you're committed that to the project, and then we can just decide how you want it. So shoot me a DM. I'll talk about it after stream, and we'll make it happen. Like I said, I really enjoy doing that stuff, and I don't want people to be deferred because of the books that I have. I have absolutely no problem purchasing anything for anybody, and I often go on eBay a lot of times and just buy random books. Like I just buy random. Like I bought Spawn Gunslinger for just because. I bought this one, which is cool. This is Batman, but this is the Killing Joke. So I, thought of a cool Joker piece, but I just bought this. It was a couple bucks. I bought a bunch of Invincibles because, that seems to be really popular. This is a secret one. If anyone wants to see this, this is a personal project. This is, this is This is Suicide Squad, and this is Peacemaker that I sketched. This is not done, but I actually got it signed by John Cena. So John Cena's signature is right there. So you can see I met him at a Comic-Con last week. I brought this book to him and he was blown away by it. So it's a pencil sketch. I'm going to honestly erase it and redo it, but I wanted to lay out where I wanted him to sign. So there's John Cena's signature. And then I put a speech bubble here and I actually asked him to write something. And then he wrote "Eat Peace, Motherfuckers," which I thought was outstanding. And so I got that up here inscribed by him. And once again, I got his signature right here, and he did the little peacemaker symbol. But this is a personal book. This is not going to be sold. But I'm going to redraw this pencil that I did. But I did this the night before just because I needed to rough something in for him to get an idea of where I wanted things to be. But this will be framed in my collection room eventually. But as you can see, there's John Cena. I see the signature in the text bubble, but nothing else. Yeah, you're actually right. There is nothing here, so I could probably just erase this, right, and leave it. And I almost was, as a joke, wanted to bring him a blank and just say, "Hey, I drew you," and just give him a blank cover. But I didn't want him. I didn't want to spend my money on him signing it. But I was hoping that he would sign it and then be like, "Oh no, that's not the one I wanted." Here's, and then I would have got two signatures out of it. So if he would have signed another one, I would have drew on that and then auctioned that one off. But I didn't. So I only had one and done's. But like I said, there's the signature. He did his little peacemaker symbol initial, and then like I said, I wrote it up here. I left this blank, and then he looked at it and he goes, "What do you want me to put here?" I says, "John," I literally said, "John, do whatever you want to do," and he instantly went for that. So I think that's absolutely amazing. Wasn't sure if he would do this just because I know he's kind of, friendly and whatnot, but the fact that he wrote "Eat Peace, Motherfuckers" was like absolutely amazing. So this will be a piece that I'll eventually have done. I didn't get, this is just a side project, but I'm gonna pencil this, clean it up, and like I want to fix the face and tighten up the lines, and I'm gonna leave it penciled because I don't want to ruin it by potentially inking it and then messing it up. So I'm just gonna kind of lightly erase it and then just go back in with tighter pencils, call it a day, frame it, and put it on my collection room wall. So that was a cool memory. Like I said, he was in New Jersey last Saturday, so 4 hours, totally worth it to see him. That being said, like I said, Sandman, if you're going to shoot me a DM potentially for your idea for Star Wars or Sandman, that's great. I don't know if anyone is interested in doing sketch card commissions. Like I said, I have slots open starting at $12. I would love to try to run a few of these off and try to see if I can fill up my book for the week. Because after I do this one tonight, literally don't have anything to work on except for just personal projects. So I'd love to work on other things. So, like I said, these are just some ideas of what we could do in terms of sketch cards. These are personals that I've done just for me. They are available for purchase, like if you decide, but just giving you a low. I'm just trying to show you examples of some of the stuff that I could do. These are fully penciled, but I'm gonna ink these, color them, so there'll be a fully colored sketch card. You got two Spider-Mans, you got a Venom there, you got Omni-Man there. And then I did a Doctor Doom today. So like these will be inked and fully done. But I got a bunch of slots for sketch cards open. So if anyone is interested in doing that, but otherwise, if there is a slot that you don't, if there's something there that you don't see, if you win a slot, I'll start the auctions. We'll do a minute and just see what happens. Um, do a minute. So we'll do the auctions for the sketch cards. If you do win, if you just tell me what you want, and then I draw it up and it'll be fully colored unless otherwise. And like I said, we make it happen. So we'll just run the auctions. And if anyone is interested, like I said, I'm also going to try doing $5 sketch covers. If anyone is interested in doing the sketch covers, you can let me know. I have a stack of blanks here. So if anyone's interested and wants me to run through all of the blanks that I have, I'd be more than happy to show those on stream also, just to give people ideas. But once again, if there's something here that you would want that I don't have, like I said, you could shoot me a DM and I'll actually just buy the book offline and then we can make that happen. But like I said, just checking to see if anyone's interested in sketch cards. I got multiple slots opened up, but if like I said, if there's no interest in it right now, I'll run a few of them a little bit more as I'm drawing just to see. So like I said, just starting off, but if there's no interest right now, that is definitely not a problem. But like I said, the shredder here is just a rough ink, and then I gotta color this in and do everything here. So this is just a like I said, a commission piece for somebody that wanted a shredder mixed with the Green Ranger, which I thought was really cool. Really, really cool concept. I didn't know if this was actually made up or not. And then they sent me photos, and then I went online and started doing some research. I thought it was a pretty cool concept, actually. Really neat. I have an idea for the gunslinger if you want to run that later. Yeah, the gunslinger, like I said, I've drawn gunslinger. Here's the gunslinger. So I have that. I have a gun. I have two of these, and then I have regular spawn too. So I have gunslinger, and then I have regular spawn. So I could run them. Like I saad, I can go back to back. Doesn't I could run them whenever. So, but like I said, for anyone who's interested in uh in that, as a matter of fact, I could show you. Do I have my? I don't have my 5x7s on me. Do I? Yeah, I do. Here's a 5x7 um pencil. These I also do 5x7 cards sometimes too, and I pencil stuff out. And so I've been wanting have an artist draw a Cad Bane from Star Wars on the. So this is a spawn that I did as a this is on a 5x7 card. Like here, and then I did a gunslinger. This is a pencil gunslinger that I did. This is on a 5x8. This is penciled. This is like not done. These are just sitting there doing doodles that I penciled. So like there's other ones in here, but I'm just letting you know like I've drawn a gunslinger before. So like this is just an example of one. This is just like a concept image. Like I would take this and transpose it and detail it up and stuff. But this was just me giving some pencil ideas because I never had done gunslinger previous, and I had a lot of fun with him. So that was really fun. The gunslinger, and I've seen a lot of imagery of different versions that people have done online, and I love that mix up of Spawn and like the Wild West kind of theme and stuff like that. So it's really, really, really cool. Really, really awesome. So that's something that I want to get more into. I just did a couple Spawn covers, like regular Spawn, and when I saw the gunslinger thing, I thought that was really neat. So, but like I said, any of the sketch covers, I'll cycle through if anyone is interested in those. Like I said, show people. So, yeah, we got pre bids. So I'll run those momentarily, and we get something potentially going on that as well. I just want to drop a little bit more ink on this. My music died out. my speaker. So sorry about that. So what I'll do is I'll switch it up and pin this. So I'll put the sketch cards. We got a pre-bid for the sketch covers. So once again, just to reiterate, I just please reference the show notes. So what I want to do just to try to get some, try to make it as clear as possible, and also to make sure that I execute the project to the best of your ability of what you want as a consumer. Is I'll give you an example. So the pre-bid So the pre-bid starting at $5 is for a sketchbook cover of your choice. I will cycle through all of the sketchbooks that I currently have. I have the bid starting extremely low at $5 because there's also buy it now add-ons in my bin. So for example, the bid and the winning bid, if you just bid the way it is and you don't want to do any add-ons whatsoever, you'll get a penciled cover, which this is an example, but this is an unfinished pencil. This is something for another project, but you can see the amount of, it'll be fully drawn, and also the pencils will be fully penciled, clean pencils. These are rough because it's going to get inked regardless, but you get an idea of the penciling. Like I said, the Venom here, I'm going to pencil, detail it. So that's what you would get as is. But then if you want, if you look in the bin, I have two buy it now options. I have one for $40, which would be complete inks. So the cover would be fully inked black and white. Plus, I'll do gray, like Copic highlights. So it's kind of like the photo that I have of the Moon Knight, where it was black and gray, and like this is an example. It'll be something like this where black and gray, fully inked. So that will be the first level. If you want actual color on top of this, then there's another $40 add-on, which would be basically the full package, which would be inked, penciled. It will be inked, and then it will be fully colored. So it's a complete finalized rendered piece. So I just want that to be clear, of what options that we have here. So to give everyone an idea, so that I have of what I have, I can cycle through the books. So we have Gunslinger. I have quite a bit of Invincibles. I have like 4 or 5 Invincibles. I have Batman, the Killing Joke. Let me turn my ring light off. I apologize. Batman, the Killing Joke. Stick to you. I hope you're doing good tonight. Thank you so much for being here. I got X-Men 97. I have Wolverine. I have more Invincibles. I think I probably have. I'm gonna do a few Invincibles like ahead of time because I have some ideas I want to sketch. I do have a Moon Knight. I do have Zatanna. I have 2 of her. I do have Transformers. I have Hail Hydra. I have Spawn. I have Fantastic Four. I do have Captain America. I have another Fantastic Four, which is like the retro. Superman. We have Secret Wars. I have Batman on yellow, and then I have Wolverine, the Blood Hunt version. I do have Battle Beast as well. I do have Action Comics. I have another X-Men 97. I have another Wolverine, and then I have Batman, the animated adventures. And then do I have anything else underneath here? I have a stack of books. I also have Detective Comics. Those are like a little bit of older ones. If anybody is interested in a sketch cover that you do not see here, if there's something that you do not see, don't worry about it. What we would do, and I'm already doing this with one other person and potentially another, if there is a book that you would like, I can purchase it for you. Okay. Well, what that would mean then is send me a DM, do not bid on anything. If there's a book that you want, do not bid, just send me a DM. And what I would ask is that you would, if we come to a negotiation, send me a tip for like $10. That's it, just like $10. And it just kind of shows a little bit of commitment on your part. I will buy the book. And when I get the book in, I will just make a buy it now listing in my shop. And then you just purchase it straight out. That's it. So because if you buy it through the auction, Whatnot, wants me to ship stuff out within 2 to 3 days, and if I have to buy the book, it's gonna hurt. The time on that, it's going to be harder. So if you are interested in something that I don't have, shoot me a DM, or you can drop a comment here. And all books are pretty much available to get. I do have some premium books here. Like I have Absolute Batman, but like that's a premium book because that book alone cost me like $50. So that would be like a much higher premium price. So that's something that would have to be like negotiated because that one's just it's a more expensive book otherwise. So I'm gonna start the auction. We're gonna we'll do a minute for $5. So I hope everyone understands what's going on. We're doing a minute here, letting this run. So Sandman threw a pre-bid in. Thank you so much. So you're winning. And like I said, let that run. We got, like I said, 50 seconds in there. So we'll see if anyone's interested. Like I said, these first sketch covers. If we get any bids on that, like I said, otherwise it'll be a $5 steal. And then from there, you would let me know what it is that you actually want. If you want to do upgrades in the bin, I know you mentioned potentially the Gunslinger. You have an idea on this. So I have that book here in front of me. It could be yours, but like I said, we got 25 seconds. See if anyone wants to drive it up, or we're going to, walk away with a steal price. So let me know what's going on. We got 15 seconds. 13 seconds, 10, 9, oh, 8, 7, 6. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, Sam bidding in. Okay. So we got win. So you won the book, $14. Let me know what it is that you want. If you want the Gunslinger, it's sitting here in front of you. So if you want that, and then let me know what it is that you want on here. If you want Spawn Gunslinger, and if you want any optional extras that you could do it as a buy it now, purchase in the bin. But let me know what it is that you're interested in. In the meantime, I'm just going to try to finish up some inking on this piece here. So thank you so much for that. And if anyone is interested in running more sketchbooks, like I said, I have for the sketchbooks, I have 4 slots left. I'd love to fill them up. And then I also have sketch cards too. So if anyone is interested in sketch cards, I can run it back for the sketch cards if anyone wants to jump in on the sketch cards. So let me know, like I said, what anyone's interested in, and I could kind of toggle back and forth. Or if anyone wants to pre-bid on anything, that lets me know what people's interest is on that. Like I said, for sketch cards, I'm open to commissions. I have some pre-drawn ones. Like I said, I have a couple Spider-Mans that I did. I got Omni-Man. I got Venom here. So I also did a Doctor Doom today in lieu of the the Doomsday trailer. So these are cool. These can be up for grabs if you win. Fully inked, colored. So like I said, let me know if you're interested in that as well. So, like I said, I got sketch card commissions up. I could switch it over to the, we'll do 1 minute sketch cards starting at $12. And like I said, you could pick you could pick from here. I would fully ink these and color them. Or if you have a character of your choice that you want to add, that you want me to do, like I said, we can make that happen. So let me know what you are interested in. But like I said, just looking to see if there's any interest in the sketch cards. No, no bids. Oh, Sandman, you joined back in. That's all right. Everyone needs to take a dip. Okay, if I pick up ink and color for you, do a card. Okay, if I pick up ink and color for you to do Cad Bane on, yeah, hell yeah, man, Cad Bane. I've been dying to do Cad Bane. I'm actually um I've been yeah, Cad Bane would be sick. Cad Bane would be really sick. Do you have any like? I just have a question. Cad Bane, do you want? Is there a little bit of openness in terms of Cad Bane from the animated show Cad Bane, or do I have a little bit of freedom to do like Cad Bane from the actual live action? Do you have any preference in that? Because my mind's going two different ways in terms of what we can do on this. Yep, artist choice. See, like I'm leaning towards doing like the live action version, but doing like a really like I already have like a really cool idea in my head of how it would be. And so we can absolutely do that on the gunslinger. Actually, I'm even thinking about maybe doing like, yeah, I got ideas. I don't want to say anything. I totally got ideas. Might even incorporate a little bit of yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So so like I said, if you do the purchase, you would just basically be buying so yeah, you bought both. You bought the full ink and the full color. That's awesome. And like I said, we're gonna do Cad Bane on this. I'm really excited, man, because I used to collect. I do collect. I'm a toy collector, and I don't have them anymore. But I do a lot of Hot Toys. I don't know if you're familiar with 1/6 scale figures. And I was big into Star Wars. And I had Cad Bane. I ended up giving it to my nephew because I had to downsize some of my collection. Matter of fact, if you want to see what I just got right now, I collect Mondo too, and I just got this Mondo. I just got this Mondo Daredevil in today. So this is Mondo, but 6 scale. This thing's sick, and it's the classic Daredevil with the baton. And this is from the animated Spider-Man line. And I also have behind me Venom. There he is right there, the mask. So I got these. I'm surrounded by my toy room. I'm in my toy room, which is not finished. So I'm surrounded by toys, quite literally surrounded by toys. I will give a collection tour one day when my room is like up and ready to go and it's like fully done. Um, but yeah, living the dream or financial nightmare. But I do have some Star Wars figures still. But the reason why I say that is because I had Cad Bane. I do have the original, and I keep saying this about Cad Bane because I do have the original Hot Toys. This is the original Mando from season one, the old school before he went fully Beskar. And so this is sick. And I loved this figure. And I hate the fact that they got rid of this suit within like what was it, like 3 episodes, because I love the old school Wild West look to him. And that's what I loved about Cad Bane too, is that he had that old gunslinger kind of look. And so when they were coupled together on my shelf, they were pretty badass. But I had to downsize, unfortunately, and get rid of some. And Star Wars, I'm more of an OG person, OG Star Wars, like just the old stuff. I have to kind of put boundaries on what I can buy. And so some things had to kind of hit the chopping block. But I ended up giving my nephew, who's big into Star Wars, and he really loved the Mandalorian show a lot. So I gave him a lot of my figures, and one of them I had was Cad Bane, and it was a really awesome visually, like really amazing piece. But I'm really glad that we were able to put something together for that. So I will start penciling up something tomorrow. And have it fully penciled, and then, like I said, I'll have it penciled, inked. We'll have it shipped out, like I said, in the next like 2 3 days. As a matter of fact, if you want to join, I'm doing some streams. Tonight's Monday. I'm not doing a stream tomorrow, but I will be streaming Wednesday night at 10 o'clock and Thursday at 10 o'clock. So if Sandman, if you want to bookmark those, I think I bookmarked the Wednesday. I think I made the Wednesday stream on my channel. I could double check to see if I did. I think I did. Minimize. So if you want to bookmark at least the Wednesday night one, if you're still there, and I'll send you a DM for it if you have to. But if you want to bookmark it and just stop in, I'll work on the cover on stream, so you'll be seeing it on stream. So I'll spend tomorrow penciling out because I have a couple ideas. So I'll work on doing the pencils tomorrow and then start the inking, and then you'll see it on stream take shape, and then it'll be shipped out. Like I said, within the next like 2 days, I'll have it all packed up and everything for you, and I hope that you really like it. And if it's something that you have further projects interested in, I hope that it meets your expectations, and then hopefully you become a repeat customer. I really do appreciate it because I love doing sketch cards, but the books I have a lot of fun penciling on covers. I really have a lot of fun, and so like I said, these are ones that I did this week. This one is also a favorite one, Spider-Man swinging. So I have to ink those and have those shipped out because those are for somebody. And then I got in Absolute Batman, which this one I'm debating about what to do on this. The Absolute Batman one, I'm thinking about doing an Absolute Joker. I did an Absolute Joker sketch card. Not a sketch card. It was like a 5x8 for somebody. And show you what that looks like if anyone's interested in a Joker 5x8. Where are you? Yeah, this right here. So I did this Joker. This is on a 5x8. So I kind of want to take this and blow it up on a sketch and do like a more detailed, bigger version of this over here. I think that would look really sick, full color, the whole entire thing. So I'm debating about whether I should just kind of, I don't know if anyone would buy a blank because that'd have to be more money because this is a more expensive blank. But I want to almost do like a side project where I just take this and kind of do my own thing on it. So I'm kind of debating. I'm not really sure. Sorry if my hand's taken up. Hey Tank, how are you? For any of those that are in here, the raid on Wednesday night is to try to help support another artist, Tinks Graphics, who's running into some, if I may say, some financial hardship, and so a bunch of everyone's trying to do a raid train in support of, and any tips and things. That we make on that are going to her to try to support. So normally with the raids, and she's been fantastic in welcoming me into like getting a chance to try to do raids and get myself out there. But this is definitely something to try to benefit another artist who is going through quite a bit. It seems I'll admit I don't know her nearly on a personal level. We just kind of communicate a little back and forth, but she seems like an absolutely fantastic person. And so the raid that's going on Wednesday, I have it bookmarked in on my channel, which you could see the schedule of everybody that's going on. But any type of tipping or any like tips that are happening for that, the proceeds go to her directly because she's trying to raise money. For some financial situations she's going on. I don't want to speak too much into other people's situations per se. So, but it's definitely a support stream in more ways than one. It has nothing to do with necessarily getting noticed and followers, but it's more about trying to help somebody else out who is definitely helping other people. Yeah, she's getting evicted, and so she could use any support that she can. And so, if you guys can definitely go over there, give her a follow, potentially even drop a tip if you can support. That it's try to be for a cause, just try to help out, just to give back a little bit if we can. Oh, this drawing. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's nowhere near the finished product. I still have I'm gonna clean up the inks and then I gotta color it and everything like that. So this is just I want to get this shipped out tomorrow. I did fall a little bit behind. Not that I fell behind a little bit. I did a couple. I think these are. I did one today that I'm kind of happy about. I am happy about this one. I did a Gwen Stacy, my second, or I should say Spider Gwen. Um, Let me try to flip this. I took a picture because I already had shipped it out. So I did a Gwen Stacy. Or I keep saying Gwen Stacy, Spider Gwen. So that's a Spider Gwen that I did today. And then the same person asked for a version of Darth Maul, Star Wars. So that's a black and white that I did, and then I just did the red background on it. So I thought that was really cool. I left it very rough because I just felt it suited the character to have like a rough look to it versus being really clean. It's hard to see. There's just a lot of ink work. I mean, it looks a lot cleaner when you see it in person. So those were fun. And then I take picture? Yeah, it's on my other phone. It didn't upload. That sucks. But I did a Leonardo for somebody. This isn't the finished one. This is a pencil that I did. Um, I inked this and I fully colored it. The phone that I'm using to stream on has updated photos. This is like a backup phone, and so this one hasn't uploaded, like it hasn't synced the photos yet. Oh no, there it is. There it is. Yeah, so that was a cool one. Kind of left it muted, kind of clean. I like the way this one turned out. There's a lot of I like the subtle shading in the green, different layers and stuff like that. But this was a real fun one that I did. I kind of hope when the person gets this card, I forget who did it. They only ordered this one. I kind of hope they come back to me liking it enough what maybe they'll want me to do the matching set of the other three turtles. That would be really fun to do all three of them and then do a background color so they all sync together. Or if that doesn't end up happening, I might just do them myself because I had a lot of fun drawing this one and I kind of ashamed to leave it as is without the other three. So I might just sketch the other three out in pencil and have them on standby, or I might just do a set of four because I never drew the turtles before and I'm a huge turtle fan. Ironically, I never drew it. So I'm really excited about that. Um, that I really want to jump into. I want to take a shot at doing the turtles. And then I'm gonna do. I have a couple other ideas for sketch cards that I eventually want to get around to. I want to do Earthworm Jim. I want to do other stuff. I penciled. Um, like I said, I keep showing these off, but I penciled these. I penciled these this weekend. A version of Spider Man. Spider Man. I did this Venom here. Did this Omni Man, which I want to do a matching Invincible for. And then I did this one today. This is a penciled Doctor Doom, which these are all going to eventually be inked and colored. I usually just do them in pencil and then just leave them. And then when I go back to whatever, I'll just ink them. I have really bad ADD, so like when I pencil stuff, I just do everything in pencils. So I did this one of Doctor Doom today, which will be really, like I said, mostly all blacks and grays and the green highlights. And then I have some spots here. I have these new Tink. Were you there when we were talking to who was it? I can't think of his name. I was just talking to him on Instagram about the custom sketch cards. Was it you? The stream the other day about doing custom sketch cards? I ordered these cards. Like these ones I draw on are the typical Strathmore, and then I bought a pack of these ones, which are much thicker, and they have all of this stuff on the back, which you could fill out. Yeah, yeah, Tim Stacy. Um, so there's these. I bought these and I want to burn through them. So, like I said, I drew all of these cards on this thicker. So these ones here, these four, plus the Doctor Doom, which once again, there's the Doom. These are on the back of these ones. So I'm gonna burn through those. But I did actually end up making my own personal sketch cards. I ordered them already. They're on their way. So I did a pack of so they'll be like this. So I did the background design, just simple with my logo, and then I left a spot here to sign. So these were already proofed today and these are going to be printed. I think I did 100 of these. So I want something just more personable and an actual spot for me to sign because right now I just sign the back of the cards, but I want it to be more. I want it to be personable. So I ran off a batch of 100 on those, and so but I have all these other cards that I want to kind of burn through, and so that's why I'm doing a lot of pre-sketching, and I might just put them in my shop and then if anyone wants them, they can. I might leave them penciled, and then if anyone wants them, they can buy them, and then I just ink them and color them. Or sometimes if people just want them inked, I want to leave it open to the consumer. I did a lot of talking. I'm sorry. Probably because my music. I don't know if my music's loud enough because it's playing off of my other phone. My speaker died midway through stream, so that's why I'm just kind of like filling in the void with talking. And then I also have to do I have so many projects going on. I just don't have the time to do stuff. But then I also have this. I have this one here. You cannot even see this. I erased it on purpose, but it's Spider-Man swinging. This is just on a Bristol. You could barely make out what this is because I did my outline and then I erased it. Um, I want to try to get a couple. Used to draw on 11 by 17, and then I kind of moved back into doing smaller format but I signed up. I've said this before. I signed up for my first Comic Con in November in New Jersey, and I want to bring some. Um, I want to bring some prints, and I have to make prints, and I've never actually made produced prints before, and so I want to start. It's not until November, so I have time, but I want to bring like 3 or 4 prints with me. So I want to do a nice 11 by 17 of Spider-Man swinging through the city. So I'm gonna do that. Speak under. All right, guys, I'm gonna be wrapping up the stream in a few minutes because I have to get up early. And I don't know. I think a lot of people kind of migrated off. So I'm not sure how much more activity that we're gonna have tonight. But that's all right. So like I said, I'm gonna probably wrap up the stream, see if we do a raid. Uh and we'll jump on, see what's going on in a second. What's up, DJ? Oh yeah, I try to stop in and stay in as long as I can. I get kids and stuff. So I what if I'm not drawn, I'm always bouncing around on streams. I know there's a lot of people streaming tonight, at least that I follow. So um, you know, got a lot of heavy hitters on tonight. So I know I got some competition with viewership. So sometimes it's hard. You win some, you lose some in terms of viewership. So tonight was a little bit of a hard one, which is all right. It happens. Um, but when I'm not like when I'm at work and stuff, I try to have at least on the background so I can at least listen to what's going on. And I love watching people's technique and stuff. And like I said, if I can't be active in the chats, I'm at least stopping by and I'm watching. So like, I'm always seeing what's going on. Like if I can't be active typing, I'm at least always watching because I like to see styles and techniques and if there's any tips and tricks that I can learn from others. You know, we're all students no matter what. Yeah, absolutely, man. I love everything I've seen. I absolutely loved everything. So I'm really enjoying the feel. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap up. I gotta do a couple other things around the house, but I appreciate stopping in. Like I said, I'll be streaming probably not tomorrow. 'Cause I gotta catch up on some stuff, but I'll be definitely doing Wednesday night, 10 o'clock, part of the raid. So I'll definitely be sharing that stuff out there. And like I said, DJ, if you're streaming tomorrow, then I'll try to jump in on streams and check out what's going on. But I do appreciate everybody that's going on, and I'll see you guys on the next one.